Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. So today we are looking at the chakra system. Welcome. I don't know why it's so dark because it's bright outside, but anyway, I thought about putting my lights on, but I was also thinking that's kind of crazy to put my lights on when it's so bright. But welcome, it's so good to see you here. Today we're looking at the chakra system. This is something a couple of people had asked me about when we did the Q&As. So I thought it would be a good workshop to do, I guess. So I think we kind of semi-understand the chakras. People are talking about them a lot, especially if you are part of a spiritual community or perhaps you get Reiki healing. Then the Reiki healer, for example, me, will be telling you about your chakras and things that are blocked and things that need to be opened and all of that type of thing. And if you don't really have a full perspective of the whole chakra system, sometimes it can be a little bit like, I don't even know what that means, right? And individualizing the chakras is great when you're healing something. But it's also great to have an overall view of the whole chakra system. So what is the chakra system? I'm actually going to show you a slide or two, but this is not going to be a slideshow, so don't worry, just for a couple of minutes because it kind of helps me to explain it. So let me show you here. I'm going to click present here so you can see this clearer. This is our masterclass. Welcome, welcome. So the chakra system, as we can see it here, we generally see like a picture like this, right? Someone sitting cross-legged, then we have all of these colors. The chakra system is an energy system, essentially. So energy is running through your body, connecting from source right through to the center of the earth, right? And it's coming through us. So there is kind of a school of thought that when you're awakening or ascending or becoming, raising your consciousness, what is happening is you are going from the earth through every single chakra, all of the chakras, until you open your crown fully, and then you connect to the universal source, right? And kind of Buddha went through this journey also of opening up all of these chakras, and in ancient texts they talk about it as well, right? So a lot of times people go through this process of opening up their chakras in order to become woke, to call it a better word, but awakened, right? But now I think we've moved on to, yes, there is that kind of ancient philosophy, and it's definitely like welcomed for sure. And I certainly do kind of agree with that to a point. But there also is that kind of thing around the chakra points are essentially like a modality, a way of healing different parts of you in terms of your personality or beliefs that you have that might have become like blocked. And also, you know, in terms of somatic healing in our body, we do have energetic blocks sometimes. Sometimes like things happen to us that are either traumatic or maybe not so much. They can almost like lodge into our body as an energetic, like almost like a piece of matter. And the chakra system kind of helps with that to release it as well. Okay, so if you think of the chakra system essentially as an energy system, the energy is running through you, right, from earth all the way to universal source. That's why it's important to have your chakras open, because then you allow this flow, right? And when we don't have this flow, sometimes people can feel a little bit like lost, disconnected, I would say is the word to use. All right, I have two slides. This is the first one, and the other one is this one here that I wanted to show you. So I like this one in particular because I work a lot with ancient wisdom. I've trained obviously with David G, and we talk a lot about ancient wisdom and particularly the chakra system in terms of ancient wisdom, not in the new age way of talking about it. So I wanted to include a picture that showed you the Sanskrit words for all of the different chakras too. So as we can see, we've got our colors. So each of your chakra has a distinct color, and that color, if you think about it as energy as well, it's all energy, right? The chakra systems are energy, the points are energy, the colors are also energy, right? So that frequency of that color is the thing that awakens or opens that chakra, right? That's why they're given colors, because colors have an energetic frequency, okay? So we have our chakras here. We have 7 chakras. We run the chakras from the root. So the first number 1 chakra is at the root, and our 7th one is the crown, right? And that's where we finally are connected to source when we move through them this way, right? What I like about the chakra system is that they're connected to so many different vital parts of our being. And when they're all aligned, you know, whether you're doing it for yourself, you can certainly do it for yourself, or go into a healer to open up these points. It's that sense of being connected fully. So you can imagine what that would be like to feel a sense of connection to earth, that groundedness in self, and also be connected to source energy, right? It's a full connection. So all of the 7 chakras, you can give them affirmations. That's why it says here, you can create affirmations for each of the chakras if you wanted to, right? So the first chakra, I'm just checking that there's no one waiting. I think it would pop up. That's okay. I just wanted to see if there was anyone in the waiting room, but I think we're okay. So our first chakra is our root chakra, right? And you can see here, it gives you the affirmation of I am, because the root chakra is very much connected to your sense of being, that sense of groundedness, connection to the earth. And we'll talk about this when we come out of this screen. I'll talk you through them all. But I just wanted to show you this in terms of how it looks in the system, and these affirmations that you can create, like the root chakra, you can say I am, because you're connected to earth. The sacral, which is kind of the womb space in women, I feel. The manipura, which is the solar plexus, I do. Manipura is like you being able to transform, right? Go towards your dreams. The anahata, which is our heart space, is I love, as you can imagine. The throat chakra, which is something that women really suffer with being blocked, I speak. The ajna, which is our third eye chakra, which we did our healing on last week. It seems like so long ago, is I see. And the crown chakra, which is I know. Okay. So let's look at all of these in depth now. Let's come out of this, because sometimes it can be a little bit tiring to just stare at a slide, right? But I wanted to show you that in terms of how it looks in the system and how the colors are related to this, okay? But understanding that everything is energy, right? And the reason we give the chakras colors is because color has its own energetic frequency, and these colors match the frequency of those match to the energetic piece of this chakra, right? So that's why it creates like an opening when you use that color for it, okay? And also each of these chakras has a chant or a mantra which you can use to open it. I've done some little reels way back on the different chants that you can use to open up the chakras as well, okay? All right, let's come out of here and let's go into this. Hello. All right, so we're going to continue to talk about this, and we will do like a chakra opening at the end. So let's talk about the first one, right? The root chakra. The root chakra is the color red, right? And it's I am. And the root chakra is very much like that sense of groundedness. So you feeling deeply connected, that you are very much in your body, that you feel a sense of I belong here. That's kind of what the root is. When you are blocked in the root chakra, or it's not open, or it needs some healing around it, it's a sense of I don't belong, I feel lost, I don't feel connected. I feel very much like, woo, you know, you don't feel that sense of groundedness and connectedness. And really, like anything, yin yang, when the chakra is open, you feel one thing, like groundedness and connection with the root chakra. When that's blocked, it's the opposite, right? So the sense of feeling lost and disconnected. So the root chakra, we use the color red. It is the connection to earth. It's the first point of contact. So root chakra is something that is one of the most important ones to make sure it's open and balanced, because without that connection, moving up the chakras and feeling like an overall connection can be difficult. So start there. That's why it's the first chakra. And where is it? Tip of your tailbone, right at the tip of your tailbone, so your bum, basically. That's where you'll find it. It's a red color. It's a connection, the sense of I am, and the chant or mantra that you use for that is Lam, Lam. So if you're ever wanting to open chakras and you're like, I want to focus on this one chakra, how do I do it? It really is like focusing on the color of that chakra, feeling into the color of that chakra, feeling into the sense of being connected to earth. That's why it's really important before we do spiritual practices and when we go into meditation, that we have that moment of connectedness and groundedness, because it's our first chakra, right? And if you want to open it up even more, you can use the mantra, which is Lam, Lam. And if you want to, you can say it out loud. That's the pièce de résistance, is saying that mantra out loud. But if you feel self-conscious and you're like, oh, what if someone hears me? You can repeat it in your head. So if you haven't done the meditation classes yet, the first class will tell you about Drishti, which really is when we're using the mantra as our focus. So you can go into a meditation if you want to and use Lam as your point of attention. And just focus on that for a few minutes. And when you feel like your thoughts are drifting away, you come back to Lam. Okay, that's the first chakra, right? And it's red, and it's called the root chakra. It's also called the Muladhara. It's the only one I struggle with in Sanskrit. Muladhara. Butchering that. Our second chakra is our sacral. So our sacral chakra is in the womb space. You can't see it because I'm like this, it's here. It's in the womb space. It's the color orange. And it really does like open up that sense of creativity. I create from this place. So it's very much that sense of like being able to create your dreams, being able to visualize what you want to call in. And you know, that feminine flow, that feminine energy of embodiment and creativity, it really is that. You've probably heard of the creatrix archetype. That's where that comes from, that creativity, the sacral chakra, right? So sometimes in yoga you do movements to open up this. So like moving like this really opens up your sacral, right? And when your sacral is open, it's powerful. It's the powerful feminine energy of creativity. When it's not open, when it's blocked and it needs healing, it's the sense of, again, feeling like you're not creative, you don't have the creative juices, you're lacking inspiration, you're probably being in a very masculine energy, you're lacking power. That's how it would feel, right? And the sacral is orange, as I said already, and the sacral is VAM, so VAAM. That's the mantra to use to open up the sacral. I think we don't spend that much time talking about the sacral chakra in terms of like creativity, because really if you have a business or you're needing to create things and you're finding yourself stuck, it would be very useful for you to connect to your sacral. And again, you can visualize the color orange and use the mantra VAM and just spend some time in that. And imagine the orange color here in your sacral opening up. And we're going to do that in the visualization so I can show you what that means. Our next chakra is the third chakra, and it's the solar plexus. It's just below your ribs, right? It's kind of above, it's about 2 fingers above your belly button. Solar plexus is yellow. That's our color. And the solar plexus is really transformation, right? Also with the solar plexus, there's a lot of kind of, I've certainly worked with forgiveness in the solar plexus as well, because when we lack a sense of forgiveness, it blocks our ability to go towards the seeds that we planted, go towards the transformation, go towards change, go towards what we really want to do in life. And sometimes forgiveness can be one of the barriers to stop us. So there is actually a meditation inside the meditation hub that is a meditation for forgiveness, and that's focusing on the solar plexus. Once it opens up and you release, and you allow yourself to have that sense of forgiveness, you'll find it much easier to go through that transformation process and really like create the life that you've always wanted, right? So yellow, third chakra, solar plexus, YAM, YAAM, YAM. So if you want to, you can visualize the yellow and you can repeat the mantra, YAM. And again, like if you think about transformation in the solar plexus, there's a lot there as well connected to attracting things and manifestation. So I rarely see people talking about the solar plexus in terms of manifestation, but really when you're desiring something, that is manifestation, right? You're trying to attract something to you. So the same thing kind of happens when this gets blocked. You lack that ability to call in the things that you desire. You lack that ability to find the empowerment and the energy to go towards the things that you want, right? So it's a really important one. And can you see now how if we move upwards, how we're going through stages almost of awareness and stages of awakening, right? Moving up the chakra system, right? And that's why they say you have to unlock all of them and fully open all of them in order to be fully awakened, connect to source, right? It's a balancing. I think it's rare for all of them to be balanced at once in the modern kind of day because of all the stuff that we have going on. If you're a yogi and you live and breathe the teachings, then for sure it would be possible. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's kind of that thing you really need to be like fully embodied into practices daily in order to have them all be open at all times, right? And there is this thing with the chakras, like sometimes they do close off at times, but it might not be closed forever. You know what I mean? It really is like when we go through things in life, sometimes we do get blocked. So our fourth chakra is the Anahata. The Anahata chakra is your heart space. It's green. So if you have anything to do with angels, Archangel Raphael works on that green colorway. And there is a meditation in the vault, which is called Green Light Healing. And that's using green light healing, the green from the heart chakra, that frequency, and Archangel Raphael together to open up the heart chakra and create a sense of healing. So green yam is our mantra, YAAM. And of course, the heart, it's all about love for yourself, love for other people, love for the universe, love for the earth, that vibration of love, right? And when it's blocked, you can feel kind of, what would the word be? Resistant and maybe triggered and maybe annoyed by other people and maybe judging other people. That's kind of that feeling of being out there by yourself is the feeling of it being blocked. When it's open, you feel that sense of I am loved, we are loved, you know, and I love the earth and one love, you know, classic Beatles song. Was it Beatles or was it just John Lennon who wrote that song? Just John Lennon? Anyway, it's that sense of love, right? And especially self-love, right? Which is one thing we forget about, the sense of, yes, we can have that love for everybody, but also love for yourself. The next one is the 5th, throat. So a lot of people, women particularly, find that they have trouble with this. And the reason for that is patriarchy, but I don't want to like go into all of that. But conditioning as well can be one of those things that happens, and we feel like we need to ask for permission. So the throat chakra gets blocked. There is, look, I'm sure you'll find it as well on in spiritual communities and things like that, that there's a lot of talk around witches and stuff like that. And the reason why the throat chakra is an issue for women is because we were told not to speak out as a witch. It's not just as a witch, right? It's just we've seen it. Even now we're getting there, but in the 70s still, you had to be with your husband to open a bank account, right? So it's something we're still working through, and this is why a lot of women have a problem with the throat chakra, because it's kind of embedded in our it's societal conditioning, it's generational trauma, whatever you want to call it, right? So a lot of women, when I used to do a lot of healing, a lot of women used to come to me and it was always the throat chakra, and they didn't know it until we started to work on it. And that can, you can feel it sometimes. You can feel it when you're trying to, when you have an opinion that you don't share, you can feel the tightness there. It is really one of those ones that you can really feel, you know. And the throat chakra is blue. I don't have a blue stone actually with me, but there is a blue turquoise stone that I use for the throat chakra. And when it's not open, when it's blocked, it's feeling like I need to ask for permission. It's feeling like choked. It's feeling like, oh, I can't express who I am. It's trying to be someone else. And it's not just about speaking it either. It can be like trying to wedge yourself into a box that is not for you, you know, not expressing yourself fully, dressing in a way that is not expressing yourself. All of those type of things can block your throat chakra. The throat chakra is hum, that's our mantra. So if you want to use that to focus on, color blue, opening up that throat chakra. I will say with this, with the throat chakra, it can take quite some time to open up for women, particularly because there is all of that kind of baggage, I guess, with it. It does take a bit of time. And our next one is our Ajna, which is the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is connected to like all seeing, I see, right? It's like a purple indigo color. And it's important to have this recognized, open, in order to visualize, but also to, if you're clairvoyant and you're wanting to receive visualizations, this is important. Actually, the Ajna is very connected to your intuition as well. Yes, the gut we feel it in our gut, right? But in terms of ancient wisdom, the ajna is the opening to our intuition, to being able to see, right? And when we connect to universal source and we receive guidance in terms of like seeing it, it's the ajna. And the ajna, it's important to look after that. Can you see how we're going from the bottom? Sorry, my brain just went dead. We're going from the bottom, right? And can you see how they're becoming more developed as we move upwards? They're becoming more how you would connect to source, right? So that's why the process of opening all of them in ancient wisdom, it talks about we need to go through the process of all of them in order to become enlightened, awake, right? And each one is becoming more and more like being connected. I speak my truth and now I can see and I'm connected to the universe, right? And our final chakra is the crown chakra. This is like the one, if I'm doing open your channel, if I have clients doing that, we work on this chakra because it's our connection to source, right? This is how we receive things coming in as well, energy, right? And for that reason, the color is ultraviolet. So the color is ultraviolet. The mantra is Om, which is the rhythm of the universe. Om, it's written Om. It's a rhythm of the universe, right? And that's the symbol, actually. I think I see it just here, which is perfect. My tiny Bhagavad Gita. So this symbol, that's our Om symbol. Om. So it's a rhythm of the universe. That's Sanskrit for the rhythm of the universe, and it's that mantra that opens up the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is sometimes called the 1,000-petaled lotus flower. So it's like the petals that open in fully. Beautiful. We use the color white or ultraviolet. And what was I going to say to you then? I don't know. Anyway, this is our full connection to the universe, right? So if that is blocked, again, we feel like we have no connection to the universe. We feel like we're just floating around there, and we feel like it leads into that victim mindset of everything is happening to me because there's a lack of connection, right? You don't feel supported by the universe. And when you are connected, you feel like it's all one. You invite in abundance. You can see infinite possibilities. Ultraviolet does that as well. You know what I mean? That's why it's been given that color, because it is infinite, right? And you're flowing with the universe, and the universe is flowing back to you, and it's all connected. So when you've got every one of them open and that's open, full body connection, full energetic connection all the way through. Okay. So that is like a rundown of the chakra system. Okay. And what was I going to say there? I don't know. 1,000-petaled lotus flower. That's what I was going to talk about. So if you're interested in this, probably not. You're probably like, my God, is she ever going to stop? So in Buddhism, ancient wisdom, we talk about the lotus, right? And when the lotus is fully open, it means that we're open to the universe. And there is like a mudra, which is this, right? Which is the open lotus. Sometimes you can, if you know about mudras, I talked about them in meditation class. This is also one, right? Okay. And you can put it right into your heart as well and open it this way. And when the lotus is open, it means that you're open. You're open to receive in abundance. You're open to infinite possibilities from the universe. It really is beautiful. And there's the saying, no mud, no lotus, which means that unless you go through a process of unblocking and through healing and all of that sort of stuff, you don't get to the point of the lotus being open, right? So no moon, no lotus. Sometimes it's kind of saying, look, in the dark times, you're creating the light, you know, you need to go through stuff sometimes in order to create this sense of abundance and infinite possibilities. So how about we do a little visualization and let's get these chakras opening up. Also, I wanted to mention, if you're into crystals, you can use different crystals for different chakras, right? You can use the color of a stone, a gemstone or a crystal for each of the chakras. So throat, for example, you could use a blue one like turquoise. But there is also crystals that are synonymous with certain chakras. For example, I'm looking at this one, which is my favorite one. Rose quartz has been my favorite for forever. And the rose quartz is that vibration of love. So of course it's for your heart, but it's not green, right? So if you want to get into crystals, you can read about like which ones for which chakra, but if you get stuck, you can also use the color, right? Go with the color. For example, blue for the throat. This is actually, I think I mentioned this in our last session. This is actually amethyst, but it has citrine on it. So you could use, if you had an amethyst, which is purple, you could use that for the ajna, right? You could use citrine, the yellow, actually for the solar plexus, right? Jasper, if you wanted, you could use for the root because it's like that red color. All right, let's get into this. So get comfortable. If you want to like lie down, you can lie down. I'm gonna move my stuff out of the way. So if you want to, you can lie down. And let's get comfortable. All right, so we're going to just open up every chakra. That means I'm going to guide you through the color, vibration, and we're just going to work through opening up. And really is like that process of you energetically imagining and visualizing it opening through every point. Okay, it's a bit like a body scan if you've done a body scan, right? Where you go through all your different limbs. It's the same thing, but it's the chakras. Okay, great process to do. Maybe, you know, even once a month or something like that. You can listen to one. I must record one actually. I might record one after we've done this session. But you'll find one on Insight Timer. Also, my meditation, all my meditations are up on Insight Timer. If you ever don't want to go into the membership for whatever reason, I have them all up on Insight Timer too. All right, get comfortable. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Continuing to focus on your breath. Start to feel like things are slowing down. That the swirl inside of you and outside of you is starting to slow down. You're feeling a sense of coming back into your body and into your own energy. Beginning to feel that sense of connectedness, groundedness, centeredness. And feeling whatever is beneath you is holding you and supporting you, whether that's the chair or the floor or your bed. Allowing yourself to relax. And focusing now on the base of your spine, the root chakra. And just watching as this space on the base of your spine starts to glow a red color. And it might be a small pinprick of red. at the beginning, but I want you to focus on breathing into the root chakra and allowing with every breath this color to glow wider and brighter. This beautiful red color as it glows wider and brighter. And in your head, you can hear the mantra, Lam, Lam. Just focusing on this area of your root chakra, beautiful red color, glowing so brightly, feeling a sense of being connected, feeling centered, feeling secure, safe, and empowered. And moving up to the sacral in our womb space. I want you to imagine the color orange, and it might be really, really small right now, but with every breath you take, watch as that orange color glows brighter and gets wider with every single breath. So breathing into the sacral, watching as that glows brighter and wider, using the mantra Vam, 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 and allowing the sense of power, femininity, and creativity to embody you. And continuing to watch as that color orange glows in your sacral, allowing it to get strong and bright, feeling a sense of abundance and creativity. And moving up to our solar plexus, just above your belly button, the color yellow, allowing you to manifest and transform. Again, imagining this yellow color might be small at the beginning, but with each breath it grows brighter and wider, breathing into that space, using the mantra Ram, 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 and just allowing that solar plexus, the color yellow, just to get really bright and really, really wide. And feeling into that sense of I transform, I manifest, I forgive. And moving up now to the heart chakra, the Anahata chakra, the color green, right there in your heart space. And watching as this color green gets wider and brighter with each breath. The mantra for the heart chakra is Yam, Yam, Yam. I love, I am loved, I am love. Watching as this space, your heart space, glows that beautiful green color, and it gets wider and brighter with every breath. Feeling a sense of love, sense of compassion, and a sense of peace. And moving up now to the throat, the color blue, how we communicate, allowing yourself to be fully you, not needing to ask for permission, being able to express yourself fully. Watching as this throat space starts to glow blue color, With every breath, gets wider and brighter, glowing a beautiful blue color. And feel that sense of I can speak my truth. And the mantra, hum, hum, hum. I get to be fully me. Watching that beautiful blue color light up your throat. And then moving up to our ajna, the third eye chakra. Beautiful purple color. I see. I am connected. And with each breath, watching the third eye center begin to glow purple. And that glow gets wider and brighter with every single breath you take. Allowing yourself to be more aware, more spiritually connected. I see. And the mantra is Sham, Sham, Sham. And watching as that purple color in your third eye glows wider and brighter. And then moving up to the crown chakra. Our last and final chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus flower. Focusing now on the color ultraviolet or white, right at the center of your head, on the top of your head. The opportunity to be connected to Source and the infinite possibilities of the universe. And for this chakra, I want you to focus on this beautiful color of ultraviolet. And being able to see this lotus flower with every breath you take, the lotus flower opens up one petal at a time. And you keep breathing, and it blossoms and blooms with every single breath you take. Feeling more connected to the universe, to source energy. And the mantra is Aum, Aum, Aum. And continue to breathe into the crown, allowing it to open. Imagining that lotus flower opening up wider and wider and wider till it's fully open and you feel so connected to Source and the universal energy running through you. And now I want you to focus on that full connection through every energetic center, right through from Earth, all the way up into your root, through the sacral, through the solar plexus, through the heart, through the throat, through the ajna, the third eye, right through the crown chakra and back up to Source. A powerful energetic current running from Earth all the way through to Source energy. Feeling centered, belonging, balance, empowerment, abundance. And just focusing on this and soaking this in for a moment. Feeling a sense of alignment, deep, deep connection. And coming back now to your breath. Taking some deep breaths here. listening to any sounds that are around you, feeling the temperature of the room. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you want to stretch or yawn. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. So you should feel fully connected, and you might be feeling a lot of energetic vibration within you right now. And it's good when you do this opening that you stay in it, that it's continued to be open. We don't close it back down like we would with other things. So allow yourself to enjoy this sense of energetic calibration, right? Recalibration. And drink lots of water is always great when we do this type of practice. And if you have any questions, you're watching this on the replay, do let me know. I'm always here to answer the questions. And I'm going to go ahead and record that visualization as well, so you can tap back into it without having to do the whole class. It was a pleasure as always. And yeah, I'll see you around inside the hub. Any questions, let me know. Have a beautiful rest of your day.